Let's go to the Coming Collapse of China author, Gordon Chang, on how that all goes down. I imagine not well with the Chinese, Gordon.
No, of course. There are a lot of issues for that G20 bilateral if it occurs. And by the way, Beijing has not confirmed that Xi Jinping is going to meet President Trump. There's not only the issues you talked about, Hong Kong and trade. Now you've got Xi Jinping going to North Korea this week.
Right.
And I'm sure he's doing that to dangle cooperation on nuclear matters, to get concessions on trade. This is going to be the meeting of all meetings.
The Hong Kong unrest, and obviously the Hong Kong chief executive, Carrie Lam, she reversed that extradition order. She didn't end it, just suspended it. So it's possible it could come back. The Chinese wanted presumably to clear that, but they haven't dumped her. What are we to make of that?
Well, they can't dump her right now, Neil. But the issue is she going to be around 6 months from now? And most people in Hong Kong believe she will go because there is view across the political spectrum that she is no longer viable as the chief executive of Hong Kong. And you can sort of understand why, because she has created one public relations disaster after another, and she's responsible for these enormous crowds that are hitting the streets of Hong Kong.
We're told the president is perfectly happy, his words, to slap additional tariffs on China. Actually, Wilbur Ross, the Commerce Secretary, had said that. Are the Chinese ready for that possibility?
Yeah, I don't think so. I think that they believe that they can manipulate the American political systems to put enough pressure on President Trump. But, China right now has an economy which is crumbling. Could even have been contracting last month. We saw that with bellwether car sales down 16.4%, the 11th straight month of decline, the worst monthly decline ever. And imports were down 8.5% year on year, a real indication of declining domestic demand. This is an economy that is in severe trouble. They need the U.S. market desperately right now, Neil.
Real quickly on China and this whole Hong Kong unrest, many have interpreted it was China blinked. But, you know China very, very well, and you know its history going back 30-plus years to Tiananmen Square. It's always in the eye of the beholder, and I'm wondering whether people are getting ahead of themselves.
Yeah, all that Beijing did by suspending consideration of the extradition bill is to pause. They didn't withdraw it, as you pointed out. And until there's a withdrawal and until there is the resignation of Carrie Lam as chief executive, I actually think that this is just a tactical retreat, not a significant movement on the part of Beijing. They'll be back, but I don't think they can win this. There are just too many people on the streets.
All right, Gordon, always good catching up with you, my friend. I appreciate it. Gordon Chang, best-selling author,
Thanks,
the
Neil.
best expert I know on China and that region.